Hi, everybody. Okay, so I'm really excited to talk to you about our focus topic this week, and it's going to be digital detox. Don't get scared. I know it can be very anxious sounding because you're thinking, what is she going to have us do? And I don't know if I'm going to like this. Don't worry. I know what you're thinking, but I also know how awesome this is going to be for all of us. And I'm right along there with you. I know how difficult it is. Our phones are our life source. I get it. But they can be so consuming in our lives. And you know this. So, first off, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Tracy Reagan. I'm one of the leaders in our group here and on Mind Body Soldier. And I am so excited to be going through these 4 weeks with you. So, let's dive deep into this topic right now. And let's start off by evaluating our behaviors when it comes to social media and things that we can establish and tips that we can use moving forward. So I totally get it and know how consuming social media can be. And we don't even realize how consuming it is in our lives. So how many times have you gone out with your loved one, with a spouse, with the best friend, and you look around and all you see are people behind their phone? Or you've been looking forward to getting out all week long because maybe you're a mom of multiple children and don't get out with your loved one and connect. Maybe you don't get to see your friend because you guys live busy lives and this is your one night out. And your phone instantly goes off because maybe work's trying to get to you with an email. Maybe the sitter's calling because something's up with the children. Maybe social media is dinging and it's the first thing you want to do is go grab your phone. I get that. And how can you prevent those things? You can't. Those things are going to happen, but there are also behaviors that we can evaluate to stop us from engaging in those behaviors. And I'm going to give you a couple of these things. And don't feel like you have to do all of these things or implement them all. I mean, pick one or two to start, because I get it, it's hard. And I've been practicing some of these things now for like weeks, months. I mean, being aware of our behaviors is one thing, but implementing something to change them is another, right? So let's go through 3 things that we can ask ourselves. What are our triggers? What is our truth? And how much time are we spending? So these 3 T's are really, really cool. I love them because they're super simple and easy to do right in the moment. So how is it making us feel? That's the first thing you need to know. What are your triggers? When you are on social media, what's it doing for you? How is it making you feel? Are you feeling like your fear of missing out on something? Is it making you feel lonely because you're seeing all of these people connected, or is it making you feel discontentment? Or are you feeling like negative about yourself and you're stuck in that comparison? Because the truth is social media cannot fill the voids in our life that we are missing. It is up to us to fill those voids. So the first thing, and I know that sounds really bad, and I don't mean that to be in a negative way, but it's the truth. We search for the outside source to fill something in ourselves that we should be filling for ourselves. And that's something to just recognize and to just know that that's the truth behind that. That those things that we are seeing on social media, it isn't the truth and isn't going to fix it for us, right? So also sit down and evaluate how much time that you're spending. I mean, I completely get this. Part of my job that I do requires me to use social media. But how many times do you find yourself with a purpose of going on your phone to do something and getting lost in the scroll? Or I might be wanting to connect with someone and I get lost liking and like loving on everybody, and before you know it, 15 minutes has gone by and I've already I haven't even done any of the things that I wanted to do intentionally. So going on to it with an intention and a purpose. I know. Again, easier said than done, right? And I'm gonna look, I have some notes here. So if you see me look over to the side, that's only because I wanna stay on track. And another thing too is it's okay if you can control that, but a lot of us can't. A lot of us can't control that behavior of, maybe you're really good with self-control and you get right on there and do what you need to do and you can get right off. But a lot of us, what's the first thing that we do when we're just like 10 minutes to kill? Boop, Facebook. Scroll, 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 scroll. And before you know it, it's not 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And what could you have done with that time? That would have been more productive and more useful, right? So I'm going to go over some tips that we can use to set these boundaries for ourselves. And again, don't feel like you need to use them all. Pick one or two that maybe work for you, but I'm going to give you these ones here because I find that these are like the most easiest and the ones that make the most sense, right? So the first thing that I would suggest is keeping your phone on vibrate when you're with other people, turning it upside down, and maybe even keeping it away and like maybe turning off your notifications altogether. Like you don't need your notifications on Facebook and on Instagram or on whatever, Snapchat or whatever. When you're out with your friend and when you're out with your spouse or your loved one, you don't need those on. Turn those off. You know ahead of time that you're going to be going out. Turn those off. Turn the phone on vibrate. That way it's not ringing, it's not dinging, it's not causing that interruption. And if the babysitter needs you, you will hear your phone vibrate. You will feel it or you will hear it. The second tip I would suggest is removing time-consuming apps. So remove those apps like Candy Crush. Come on, guys, right? How many times have you just went on to Candy Crush thinking like, oh, I'll just like play for like a minute. An hour goes by. We've all been there. Remove those time-consuming apps that are something that you reach for and that you just totally get lost in like mode. I don't want to think about anything else. 3, lead by example for your kids, you guys. So when it's dinner time, when it's family time, put the phones away. Put the iPads away, put the computers away. Spend time one-on-one with each other. Go for a walk, go outside, spend some quality time one-on-one. I mean, I grew up, I'm sure a lot of you ladies in this group grew up, didn't have phones, didn't have cell phones. It was, they threw you outside and I don't want to see you till it's dark. Go make believe play. That's how it was. So let's get back to engaging and interacting one-on-one and spending time with our loved ones. Maybe use, yeah. So, sorry, I was scrolling down my notes again. Create an adventure for the day before you even think about maybe rewarding or allowing online time. So, or Xbox or whatever it is that your kid likes to play, or your spouse likes to play. Maybe go out to the park or go for a bike ride. Create that adventure, and when you get back, you've created that bond, you've had that time together, and they may be allowed 15 minutes to play on their iPad and play their game. Have a tech bowl in the house. This is a great one. A great one. When you're having an event or you're having friends over and you're having a get-together or a dinner, have a tech bowl right by the door where people not only put their keys, but people put their phones. And that's where it stays. And that way you are creating the time to be connected one-on-one with each other. And you're leading by that example as well. I know how often do we reach for our phone to take a picture of everybody, and then before you know it, you want to post it. And you want to that's just habit. So breaking those habit-forming things. I like that one, and I've been trying it. It's really hard. And putting your phone away at meals. This is a big one too, right? Phones not allowed at the table. And how often do we do that? And kids see that and they're leading by example, right? What they see is what they do. Shutting your phone off and email and computers off by 10 p.m. or whatever your nighttime routine would be. And that's a hard one, I know. We can dive deeper into that one after, but shutting our brains off from all of it and focusing on the intention of our night, of our day, is a great way to decompress. Okay, so those are my tips, you guys. And if you have questions, concerns, or thoughts, please post them below this video. And I would love, love, love to help you guys out, or any one of us. And have a happy Sunday. And I look forward to this week with you guys.